Welcome to Zone In Sports, your favorite spot for real talk, bold takes, and everything in the zone when it comes to sports. From hard-hitting analysis of the Miami Hurricanes football to the hottest stories across the sports world, we're bringing you that energy, passion, and a little bit of swagger, just like the U. So whether you're tailgating in the Coral Gables or arguing in the group chats or just vibing in your way to work, buckle up. You're in the zone with your host, D. Hamp.
All righty, out there, Double B, man. Check it out, man. All right, I woke up this morning. I pulled this cart in front of my house, and I told the bandwagoners, if y'all want to come on, y'all can hop on the bandwagon now and ride with us, man, because you know how it is, man. They don't want to ride until, they start seeing good things. So I got the cart and the horse hooked up for them, man.
That's about how it go. That's about how it go, man.
Hey.
It's gonna be good though. You know what I'm saying? As we start getting some a new fan base, it's gonna be good.
Yeah, it's crazy.
New brand, man.
It's crazy, man. I set up last night, man, and to the audience out there, I hadn't had a chance to rewatch the game. So, all right, well, let's just start off like this. What was your impressions of the game after the game?
My impressions, to be honest with you, Malachi told me, man. Man, that dude is just, man, he good, and think that he's only a freshman. So, like, not only is he just going to get better, just say over these next recent few years, he get
Right.
better, as this season progressing.
Right.
And I like Mark Fletcher last night too. I mean, he was imposing his will on him, man.
Yeah.
That was
The crazy part about that. Oh, before we even get to cracking, hey, I'm gonna open up these chat lines in about 5 minutes. I got one line. If you guys want to come on and hide your face, I'll drop a link. If you want to call in, I'll drop the number in about 5 minutes. Let us get through this and let you guys come on and voice your opinions about the game. Now, my take was, oh man, I was just really impressed with that defense. I mean, besides fourth quarter, man, Jacoby and them boys and Mesidor and Bain, man, they was no joke out there, man. They were flying. I mean, you wasn't on the show yesterday. Let's just go back to yesterday's show. We had some Florida State fans in the chat, and they praising all this high-powered offense. My take with them is that you can't count this high-powered offense up against cupcake schools. They banking everything off the off the Alabama win, and I give them that. That was a good win for them. I think they caught Bama at a good time, first game of the season. But in saying that, I'll give you that. That was a good win for them. And after that, I said, you know what? That offense is not going to be able to do that against Miami. That was my take. Not put that amount of yardage up. They did, I think, put still about 400 yards up. But I figure you keep Castellanos in the pocket, which he's only about a 50 to 60% passer at a completion rate. He can't throw from inside the pocket. My personal opinion, he got to get outside the pocket, throw the ball, keep him inside, make it, and shut down the run. And I think they was going to have to do big things.
I think that was Miami's game plan, though. When you look at the way they kind of kept, coming with that 3-4 defense, having only 3 guys on their defensive line sometimes or whatever, kind of, like a disguising the blitz. I think they was trying to dare Castellanos to beat us with his legs and not do it, with that Cam Coleman receiver down the field. I really do think that was the plan because I think we knew that, okay, we can close in on him and stop him from just say getting first downs if he runs it. But if he throws that ball to Cam Coleman, or just say it does come down to some kind of last second play like Virginia Tech or whatever, that receiver for Florida State was coming up with that ball. It's just that plain and simple.
Yeah.
Boy, he's big, he long, he tall.
But even
glue for hands.
You talk about number 0. I can't think of his name right off the top of my head.
I think his name Coleman. I think
he a baller. He a baller. What you talk about, Deuce Robinson?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Deuce Robinson.
Deuce. Yeah.
Man, they was like, I think Miami was like, we'd rather have Castellanos beat us with his legs than to do it with that passing game. Because if it comes down to something at the end of the game like that, that dude could possibly make the play. That Deuce Robinson guy, So
Well, I looked at it differently. I thought that maybe he would they would shut down the run, because if you dig in Castellanos' numbers, he was running the ball about, I think, between 14 and 16 times a game. So they was trying to, really Florida State, they put a lot of window dressing on there, but they really wanted to run the ball. So my take was they were trying to funnel him in. If you looked at Bain and Mesidor, they was rushing wide, trying to keep him in the pocket and make him throw inside the pocket. I think they were comfortable with him throwing in the pocket. They just didn't want him to get out and scramble and run. I mean, but whatever, I didn't understand. I shouldn't say I didn't understand. I knew Florida State's game plan. They was going to try to stop the run. So which we knew that it was going to be opposite of the Florida game plan, which was not trying to give up the big play. That's why Florida played the two deep safeties. And Florida State game plan was, okay, we finna shut down the run, which left people one-on-one. And Malachi and CJ Daniels and the boys took full credit for that, so.
Because everybody doubts Carson Beck. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are still down on Carson Beck. And so Florida State was like, let's make sure that we try to neutralize their run game and make Carson Beck beat us. And I really think when you listen to some of the chatter that them fans and stuff was even talking, Carson Beck can't beat us through the air. Carson Beck can't beat us through the air and all that. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. Hey, look, it's like this. We arguing yesterday about this, and I said they didn't understand the way they were playing Carson Beck in the Florida game. The game was not set up for Carson Beck to throw and get 300 yards against Florida the way they were playing them. They were playing two deep safeties. They were trying to make them be conservative and be patient and drive the ball. So Shannon Dawson had to lean on the run in the Florida game. Florida State game, they played them totally different. They was man up most of the game. And they were trying to stop that run game. They didn't want them to build that run game up, which left them one-on-one in a lot of situations. So it was just a different, game plan. But the mark of a good team, and this is what I've been trying to tell people, I'm an eternal pessimist when it comes to things. So, at the beginning of the season, I tell people, I say, you got to show me, I'm former athlete, whatever. I don't buy into a lot of rankings, but it's a couple of things from this Miami team that I've known to be true through these first half of the season. It's that they can beat you multiple ways, which is a mark of a championship team. They can beat you running. They can beat you passing. They play solid defense. Defense travels on the road. Defense can get you out of a lot of jams. And third is being able to find a way to win when you're not playing your best. So those things, to me, when I started seeing that amongst them, I said, this team is something special. I mean, you could tell by the national media that it's something special about this team because they're balanced in all phases of the game. So what's your take on that?
To be honest with you, that's what scares me. I'm trying to figure out what can we do when nothing is working. When we can't run the ball, we can't pass the ball. Like what can we do? Can we rely on our defense to just totally just wreak havoc and keep us in the game? I feel like that from the defensive line standpoint, but behind them, from linebacker to the secondary, I'm not so sure.
You're not sold? I think I'm sold on them. I think I'm sold on them. I mean, the way that defense, because I look at this when they played Florida State, and a lot of people. This is the thing, and I always tell this: Florida State is a good football team. Florida is a lot better than what their record is. When you a good football team, you make other football teams look bad. And then teams start saying, oh, well, they're not that good. But I think Miami is that much of a tier better than those teams, which makes them look like they they're not as good as they are. But I'm gonna tell you something. That team there is they doing some things. I got you coming on in a second, Anthony. Give me a second. And when you dominating teams like Florida State and you making them one-dimensional and you dominating teams like Florida, now everybody going to say Florida got their best receiver back. But, I mean, Miami just shut them down completely. Lagway looked totally different yesterday than he did a week ago. So, all right, we got some people for the tap on in. Hold on one second. Let's bring Anthony up first, and then we'll say that again.
I don't think it would have been no different if Dallas Wilson would have played. It still wouldn't have been no different.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Our front four is what confused Lagway and had him discombobulated.
Right. All right, what's going on, Anthony, man? How you doing today out there, man?
Hey, I told people, UNE agree with me. This was a rivalry game. It wasn't going to be a blowout like most of our delusional fans thought it was going to be. It's
right.
Let's be honest. You guys have seen the whole. I just started watching the rival. I've just seen the games in the 80s and 90s based off highlights. You guys saw them live or on television actually when they happened. You saw most of the games. Was there really ever blowouts until
Not
recently?
too many. Not too many. I could say not too many. There's a couple in there. You know, I think a 28-something game or something like that when programs was down.
But it's usually like it's 7 points or less, or something like that. And to me, I wasn't shocked when that had and I agree with certain fans that it seemed like Mario got conservative in this game.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the game, does he? This is an honest question. Do you think this conservative nature for Mario is being that his philosophy? He's an offensive lineman that became a coach, and naturally those guys are naturally conservative as a whole.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
My take on the Mario thing, and a lot of fans get a little bit upset. They got to take the game in whole totality and take it in the context. Okay, Mario came out, and when they had that big lead, his thing is get out healthy, keep the clock moving, and get the win. As fans, we want the blowout. And honestly, I think if that play would have been called,
UNE tell me this. That's not how the mentality of a coach works. Like on the field, he wants to be conservative. Like you said, he wants to have the players come out healthy and no injuries the rest of the game. And to be honest, I got in an argument with Florida State fans on Twitter about this. I'm like, your offense is gimmicky. Yeah. Like most of the rushing yards this game were still on Castellanos. They rarely used the running back. It was like every couple of plays, but most of the rushing yards, you guys agree with me, was Castellanos.
And which he was a leading rusher in two, I think, in all their games. I think he might have been a leading rusher.
And that's not a conducive thing to like. The only reason why, and this is what I'm saying with Auburn, specifically with Gus Malzahn, he had two big quarterbacks in Cam Newton and Nick Marshall to run that offense, and let's not forget he had great running backs, and great receivers and a tight end. So he had a complete team with Auburn when he and I don't think he really has a complete team to run the type of scheme he really wants to run at Florida State yet. They need recruiting classes. And to me, the player of the game to me is Bryce Fitzgerald. And I'm sticking to my comparison. I see a little bit of Roscoe in Malachi, the way he plays. Do you guys see that, or do you see more of a Santana Moss than a Roscoe?
I see him 1-on-1. I mean, that boy's there. Hey, K Jack, I got you coming on in 1 second there. Just bear with me. All right there, bro.
Last night he was showing shades of Santana Moss, bro.
Last night he was showing shades of me, because you know me. Hey, y'all have heard me say this throughout the whole show. I don't compare anybody to anybody. That man, one-on-one
playing style.
Yeah, his man. I know what you're saying, but that man taking bubble screens, and I mean and just running. I mean, he just pulling away from defenders. If you look at that last touchdown that he caught, it was
He would have
4
had
guys.
3 if it wasn't for that fault.
Exactly. That stupid illegal motion stuff.
Yeah.
Man, oh my
Yeah.
God.
It was one thing that we talked about on the last live too. It's like you knew that the penalties would go up on the road.
And did you see what I saw? That it feels like the referees weren't calling anything on Florida State. Like I noticed a whole bunch of horse collar on the offensive line from, like, they horse collared David Blay like 2 times. They horse collared both Matador and Ruben twice, and it seems like the referees weren't calling it and stuff like that.
I'm gonna be
been happening
honest.
to Ruben Bain all season long. He's been getting held every single game, and I had been kind of rough on him. Like, man, like he need to get to the quarterback and close more, like, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. But as I've been looking back at games, stuff like that,
Man.
Ruben gets held.
Yeah, it's hard to knock him. They chipping him and everything. I'm for to bring K Jack up
Thanks
on
for
the
having
stage.
me on.
Okay, there. Have a good one there, Anthony. I appreciate you tapping in, bro.
Yes, sir. Have a good one, man.
What's going on there, K?
What's good with you, my bro? It's the Caniac.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. What's up, Kadiak?
I'm still on.
All right, I got you covered off there. What's going
Yo,
on
man,
with you, bro?
good, man. How y'all boys doing, man? Go Canes, man. First,
Yes,
and
sir.
foremost.
Doing good, man. Doing good, man.
What you
I mean,
got for us today?
Couple things about yesterday, bro. For one, Mario was furious when the offense started sputtering. So that notion of him wanting to be conservative, nah,
Mhm.
that's not what Mario wanted. Mario wanted that offense to keep looking like it was looking, and the penalties bust us up yesterday.
I said that.
Yesterday was the first game that like we had like a throwback penalty day. You know what I mean? And I don't want to make he's up there and all that there, because obviously we're a better team, bro. We was beating them down like we were supposed to.
Right.
And when we did get conservative on defense, that's when it changed.
Yeah.
When we started just playing everything in front of us and all that there, not really being aggressive and all that. And it's hard to turn that back on. You know what I'm saying? We being aggressive that whole time, and then next thing you know, the defense coordinator telling everybody just keep it in front of you. It's kind of hard to turn that right back on when they get some momentum and all that. So I definitely think that when it came to the defense, that's what kind of let them back in the game momentum wise. You know what I mean? Because it would have went the same way the whole game if we would have kept playing press and all of that there. And bottom line, the defense the defense line was tired. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, they
like
were on the field. Was that a 17, 18, whatever play drive,
Exactly.
So yeah.
So we kind of could expect some of that to go on at the end. And then the Malachi touchdown that got called back, if it was a fifth type shit. But
right,
bro, we was busting their ass in every way possible. You know what I mean? And
Well, I always say
that was
this.
like us beating our child yesterday, man.
The score doesn't indicate how the game went. Like I said, if that touchdown wouldn't have called back, it would have been a whole different type of ball game. And what I mean by the conservative aspect is that Mario knew that, hey, we can't give up big plays. They were going to be taking more shots towards the end of the game. So, that kind of dictates how Heatherman wanted to play defense, because you don't want to give up. You'd rather them drive the whole field and take that 18-play drive, eat up clock, than give up some big play, pass interference or whatever, and get down the field. So some of that stuff, like I say, it just dictates how Heatherman was kind of calling that second half, because it's almost like the NFL. We get mad about the NFL, but the ultimate goal is still to win the game. So and whether you win it by 3 or by 30, that's just fans being fans, how we want it to be. But ultimate goal is like, hey, they kind of got a little bit conservative, but they wanted to keep the clock moving on the offensive side of the ball. And that's the way I look at it on that. What about
Timmy Castellano
part of what's
was looking like a
messing us
little
up too
baby
is
last
like
night.
you gotta keep working what's working. Mark Fletcher, they couldn't stop him last night. He was balling on them. Charmar Brown and Jordan Lyle wasn't really, busting nothing open. But Mark Fletcher kept on doing it. I'm like, dude, just go ahead and make him the primary back. I mean, you're doing it every other game where you got a player playing, and then, the next game we don't see him play at all. So what's supposed to be the problem with looking at Charmar Brown saying, hey, you ain't really getting it done tonight. Let's just go ahead and run Mark. Keep feeding that boy the ball. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like you should have just went ahead and made him the primary workhorse.
I don't know. I think Shannon Dawson has a package, and he rotates the guys that fits his package.
That's what I'm saying. But he should have just shut that down last night when you see your other two guys ain't doing it. You see what I'm saying? Jordan Lyle and Charmar Brown wasn't doing it, but Mark Fletcher
I think Charmar Brown had a couple of, I think he got a big first down when he came in and was thumping and got up in there. He just wasn't busting any big ones.
Right, but Mark Fletcher was doing that. What I'm saying, Mark Fletcher was picking up
that
6-7 yards.
Was just on they wanted to shut down the run.
Right.
Because Mark Fletcher only had like a few yards in the first half too.
Right. Yeah, and the way, like I said,
Mark Fletcher though. That's what I'm saying. Like Mark Fletcher was picking up 6 and 7 yards every time.
They were stopping all of them in the first half. That's why. That's why Beck went crazy in the first half because they were stopping everything.
He finished with 12 carries. In
the first quarter, Mark Fletcher played. In the second quarter, they started shutting down the run because it was Charmar Brown. It wasn't Mark Fletcher no more. That's what I'm saying right there. It wasn't Mark Fletcher no more.
25 yards at the half.
Yeah,
I think Fletcher only had like 25 yards at the half or something.
He finished with 12 carries.
That's what
I'm telling you. He didn't play in the second quarter.
Well, guys, look at this. This is what we were talking about yesterday. The game dictates how the defense dictates how you kind of want to play. In the Florida game, they played 2 deep safety, so they had to run the ball. This game, they played a lot of bump coverage to stop them from running the ball. That's why Carson Beck had a big game. So the running game really wasn't going to be the focus the way they were being played yesterday.
They wanted to stop the running. They wanted to settle out to stop the run. The Coopers, they had to, and everything showed up for them. And like what kind of team they really are. Everything that they've been the whole season, it kind of showed up for Florida State last night. Like the fumbles, they fumbled every game. The marginal running backs that they got. You know what I mean? And then little Timmy, he a baby back there. Like he a fake De'Aaron King to me. Like he's not as good as De'Aaron King, but he's kind of right there athletically. You know what I'm saying? So he got away with a lot of things that quarterbacks like that usually do when it comes to the way we play them. Other than that, bro, that was like us spanking our kid last night, bro. Like y'all
JoJo needs. Do y'all agree with this? Say JoJo needs to take some Keelan's reps. The route running by him was good last night. JoJo would maximize our offense. Let me answer this first before I let you guys answer this. I keep going to all these chats and everything, and everybody, on the JoJo thing, and I get it. I understand totally, but I will say this: believe in Mario and what he's doing. If Mario thinks Keelan is better than JoJo, Keelan gonna be on the field. I don't even know. I'm not trying to even, be, arrogant or whatever about the situation. It's just that I know how people feel about JoJo, but we have to understand that these guys have put people in the game to be in the best situation to win. So, who wanted to go ahead there, Kaniak? You want to respond to that?
Yeah, to me, we all know what kind of player JoJo is. But if JoJo was JoJo right now, JoJo would be on the field, bro. Keelan Marion would not be in front of JoJo, running certain routes, all of that. You know what I mean? JoJo was the, heir apparent to what Restrepo and them was doing. So for him not to be in there right now, some obviously is not there yet for him. Right. Because Kevin Beard is like, it's him. Like, you know what I mean? And we got to trust what's been going on. We 5-0, bro. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, so something is going right. Whether Keelan Marion is blocking his ass off like all of those wide receivers do.
Sir.
If you catch Keelan Marion on certain plays, he's moving.
Yeah.
So most of the time he's blocking like with a real attitude, as all of them do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I just want to salute CJ Daniels too, bro. Like
Man, he balling.
CJ Daniels is a baller, bro. Like
Yeah.
I'm so happy to have that guy on this roster. And then I don't know if y'all caught it on the broadcast when he scored and he started doing the
No,
war
war
chant.
chant? Yes,
Yeah,
Oh,
sir.
oh my God, bro,
he
that
did it
took me
twice.
back to Dalvin Cook kicking our ass and running in the end zone, throwing up the 305 30 times that night when they was blowing us out.
Right, right,
So
right.
that's how that was last night. Bro, I was so happy for them boy last night that got it on Malachi, baby Jesus. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Y'all seen him with the gobbles across his nose.
Yes, sir.
Game ain't built on sympathy.
Right,
So again, bro, we got a lot of things to kind of be thankful for as a program when it comes to what Mario done put in place, bro. These wide
right,
receivers are all they all gonna play a part in this thing that I think everybody gonna be important by the end of the season.
right,
JoJo, Ray included. You know what I'm saying? I just
right,
think everybody gonna get a chance to get done what they got going on.
right. AB, what you got to say to that?
As far as for me, man, I feel like I'm done guessing about it and all of that. As to why JoJo ain't playing or whatever, because it's like I'm not hearing that from the coaches and stuff like that. You're hearing it on these different channels, these different podcasts. Everybody talking
Right,
about JoJo Trader. I'm like, but the dude ain't in the game. So as far as for me, we'll see him when we see him. It's just that plain and simple. Or if he ain't living up to the hype that people feel like he should be living up to or something like that. I mean, I don't control that. So,
right.
I'm just like, I'll see him when I see him.
He said Mario wants JoJo to practice harder. Hey, I'm kind of
Yeah,
going back to
the best
Caniac what he
thing from
said
last
there.
night, and I don't know if y'all be catching up with the playmaker moving around, man. The playmaker is, bro. Salute Michael Irvin, my all-time favorite Kane, then DJ Dallas. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
But this guy is the ambassador for the University of Miami. If you gonna say anything, that guy
right.
was around FS Poop whole campus yesterday, draped in orange and green and white, getting with the fans, going against the Florida State fans. And from what I know, Mario called him and had him come out there. Like
Yeah,
I don't think he was planning to go. He said like that was his first time being in Tallahassee, other than playing up there. And bro, Michael Irvin is a godsend, bro. Like all of those ex Canes that want to pay it forward to these kids, bro. Like I salute all of them, bro. And
yeah.
Michael Irvin was right there.
Now,
You know
this
what I'm
one
saying? I don't
says,
know if
this
y'all caught at the end. He had the
here,
belt at
it
the end.
says,
Somebody gave him a belt and he was whooping ass with the belt and all, bro.
yeah, yeah,
So
it says, this
again,
is
bro,
it.
cover
Here it says,
just things
two things
like that.
keep you off the field: performance and not knowing the playbook. That's an interesting take. Like I said, we're not behind the scenes, so we don't know
Right.
why he's not playing because evidently he's not injured. So that we know of. So one thing I have noticed from these receivers is kind of what Kaniak said. They hell of a blockers. Even Malachi, he a dog out
I
there
don't know
blocking.
if that's me breaking up or you breaking up.
But
So
even when JoJo have got on the field, he blocks too. I mean,
right,
I can remember a few plays where he laid some blocks on some
yeah.
dudes. So
So
I don't know, man.
I just think they so deep at receiver right now, and when you count it deep, somebody just get left out. So I mean, that's just how it is. And it's a long season. Things happen, so you need that depth. Like we always say, you need depth, and his time will come. He just got to stay ready, like everything else. You have to stay ready when your number called. You got to go out there ball. And I remember at the beginning of the season, didn't nobody know how good Malachi was, and then I think once the reports came out that hey, he was getting, they didn't say starting. Remember they said playing time at the beginning of the season. He'll be getting playing time. Then all of a sudden, first game we see him out on the field, and just didn't nobody know. They knew behind the scenes. We didn't know. Like we knew he was a baller, but we didn't know he was going to come in doing what he was doing. And that's what I'm saying. Behind the scenes, they know a lot more than what we know. They see a lot more than what we see. And
One thing I can see too is that JoJo it could be kind of like a conflict in style that JoJo like doing all them one-handed catches, but they want him to catch that ball with two hands. Save that one hand stuff for in times when you can do it. Don't try to catch every pass with just one hand. And I think that he kind of in love with that. He in love with that catching it with one hand, and so some of that could be playing part in it too.
Yeah. And I remember talking to Joaquin
Yeah,
Gonzalez when I
respectfully, I don't think that.
Yeah, like I said, I remember talking to Joaquin
Yeah,
Gonzalez when I did the interview with Joaquin. And the interesting thing about that interview was, of course, he goes to a lot of practices. His son is on the practice squad. And what he said is that the beauty, and Coach Seliger said the same thing because he's been at some of the practices, is that the competition, those guys going against ones and twos every day. So it's a lot of competition going on there. It's a lot of alphas going on in there. And the cream of the crop is rising to the top. That's why I go back and say it's nothing against JoJo, is what they see in Keelan. I mean, so we just got to say where they see this in Keelan to give us the best chance to win. It's not a knock against him right there. So that's where I try to differentiate between the Keelan and JoJo, because we thought Keelan was going to come in and run punts, and then Malachi running punts. So I mean, what I'm saying, it's just interesting how stuff play out there.
Yeah, I just
just
that's
know
why I said I
I'm
just
into
leave it up to whatever the
recruiting
coaches
kind of heavy.
call. If we see him, we see him.
Go ahead there, Kenny.
Just though, and I'm into the recruiting, game really heavy, and I don't know how much y'all watch Malachi come up, but this kid was the same kid that was a superstar wide receiver his whole senior year, ex quarterback, and then state game, their quarterback is hurt. He goes in and as he starts at quarterback for that game against Darion Coleman. I don't know if y'all know who that is. He's committed to Miami. Uh,
Yeah,
he's
quarterback.
he played against him in the state finals and outgunned him in the state finals as the quarterback. And this is what Malachi Tony is as a player, as an athlete, as a leader. CJ Daniels says it all the time. He's pretty much leading him most of the time when they having conversations. And they can't keep him out of the building.
Right.
So with that kid, and again, they call him Baby Jesus from a while ago. So that kid is kind of on a great pace. And to compare him to somebody like Roscoe was really explosive, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sonoris, Santana, Kevin Williams, we done had some slots that's like crazy explosive.
Right.
So I love them, but you know what I mean. To say that like Roscoe speed or Sonoris or Santana speed,
Right.
Let's see him beat these records down this year. I want him to smash these records, and then we can have some conversations. Because the cats that we kind of brought up, comparing them to, they got that jury, they got that hardware, they got that cachet. You know what I'm saying? So I just want little bro to stay hungry and keep coming out there doing what dogs do, bro.
Now we're gonna talk a little
Jacoby
bit
Thomas.
about.
If y'all ain't talked about him, oh my God.
Man, he played his ass off. Well, Louisville coming up. They went down to Virginia yesterday. That was actually a good game. I sat and watched a little bit of it, and Miami should handle their business. Like I said, the schedule set up nice for them. But you know me, I'm a pessimist. You got to go out there, and these teams got to give you your best shot. Kind of like last year with the Cam situation when they started getting all the media attention and everything. teams kept getting up for them. It's just the caveat this year is that they got that defense to back it up. You don't need that offense to come in and put up 50 points every week. They can win a game 30-21. They couldn't do that last year. So it's a big difference in this team than it was last year. So I'm excited to see how this last half of the season, second to the last half of the season, work out. So y'all got any concerns about the Louisville game that's coming up, coming off a bye?
To me, of course, you always want to be concerned about the offense. That's what Braun does. He's an offensive guy, and but as far as Louisville defense stopping our offense, no, I ain't got no. I mean, I'm confident that Miami's gonna win that game, but of course, you don't want to take no opponent like, oh, we just got that in the bag. We ain't got to worry about that game. So
right.
We definitely, just feel like long we keep their offense contained, it ain't gonna be no issue.
Right. You got any concerns there, Katie?
Brute force. I want to see, bro. I want to see us keep just pounding people, bro, because it's like it's supposed to be, bro. When you invest in the trenches as we have, it should look like we are like beating people up. Like as much as Castellano did last night, they was pounding his ass.
Hey, he looked like he was hurt at the end of that.
Running backs, whatever, whoever was getting. Yeah.
Yeah,
and like that's what we need to keep doing. Every quarterback we face, the CJ Carr kid, the same thing. We was on that ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what we just need to do. We keep proving that we bigger and kind of fall in line, because everybody around us that's commentating the games, they're saying the same exact thing that Mario been saying from the beginning. You build it from inside out. He's done that, and they all agree at this point. Nobody can kind of nitpick at what's going on in the most important places on our team at this point. Even with Carson Beck, 20, what he went, 21 or 28 last night or something like that.
Yeah, he was 20 for 27, 241 yards, 4 touchdowns.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
No, I want to.
So like.
Yeah. So the crazy thing about that is I'm kind of agreeing with every.
Get a stop when we need it.
And a lot of people don't understand when you're beating 3 ranked teams. I done seen people talk about their schedule and everything, but to beat 3 ranked teams in the first 5 games of the season, coming out the box, I done read articles about, well, they ain't playing a ranked team, which they don't even know how it's going to shake out, who's going to be ranked by the time Miami plays them. This and that. They're trying to talk about the ACC. Now they trying to basically trying to downplay them and everything. And I'll just say this. As a lot of people in the media know how good Miami is. That's the fear of what they see. And now they see that this team is a lot better in championship-wise because they built in the trenches. That's what we said. We said at the beginning of the season, when you built in the trenches, you can make a 3-star look like a 4-star. When you got guys that can block, you got Carson Beck back there. You got, he even said, I got all time to throw. When you got time to throw and you got athletes out there, it's hard on these teams out there. They got to start, blitzing and doing all kinds of stuff, and they still not getting to him because he's getting the ball out in 2.3 seconds. They said. That's getting it out of there.
Oh yeah. I ain't seen him, rush to, make a throw or anything like that all season long. I mean, Carson Beck, the offensive line is legit, and that was another channel I was watching right before I got on here where people were saying, "Oh, you think the offensive line look a little gassed at the end of games? I don't think they condition, for the end of games and all that." And I'm kind of like, I mean, I still never saw Carson Beck like rush to
Yeah,
make a
he looks
throw.
pretty
You know
comfortable
what I'm
back
saying? I
there.
mean, there's sometimes there's a defender that's gonna win that battle with one of those offensive linemen. You know what I mean? And he might, kind of cut through, and Carson may have to step up or step to the side or something like that. But
Right.
I mean, as far as the offensive line, I believe in our offensive line against any team.
Yeah.
They smash mouth. It's rough and rugged, but
Yeah. And that's the thing. They taking you late, and we call a boxing analogy. They taking you in deep waters because they pounding you. They pounding you the whole game. And by the fourth quarter, they able to just impose their will. Now, yesterday, people will say, well, it didn't show that because they gave up, 19 points in the fourth quarter, I think it was. I have to go back and watch the game again. But again, when people heard me say this over the last since I've been on YouTube. If you a gimmicky offense, you're not a good offense. If you can't line up and play football and run that football and throw that football, you're not going to win national championships. That was the thing that I was trying to say about Florida State. You could do all that window dressing. It all comes down to, can you line up and you move the man across from you? And when I was seeing that, I was like, yeah, they putting all this up, but they, even when I was in Florida State chat rooms, they were saying the same thing after the Miami game. Look, we like Manzion. We like all that stuff. But hell, we got to be able to run the damn football. Line up against good teams, run the foot. We don't need to be doing double reverses, flick, all this other stuff, because that's not going to win against good teams. That's what I see in Miami. They can line up and go power, and they're going to run the ball. If you're going to take that away, we're going to line up, we're going to split you out, or we're going to condense formation, and we're going to get guys one-on-one, and we're going to beat you that way.
Well, when you can get away with doing some things you ain't supposed to be doing, you're gonna keep on doing it. If they would have been given our defensive linemen the holding calls that was deserving to go against Florida State, they would have had to shift some things up. They wouldn't score their 19 points in that fourth quarter like that.
Well, true.
But when all you gotta do is sit there and hold Mesidor, hold Bang, you know what I'm saying? They gonna throw the flag on you, keep on holding them,
Hey, but it's some things they do need to clean up, and I know some guys out there in the chat will agree. Like
I'm
I
saying
said,
Florida State was holding out.
well, yes, yeah. I'm just saying on the Miami side, we do know they need to clean up. I know they will only had, I think, about 5 or 6 penalties in the last game. I think I have to go back and look. But we knew when you go on the road, you're going to have more penalties because you got crowd noise and a lot of other factors that come in. But you can't give up. I don't know what they finished with. They might have had 10, 11 penalties. I know they had over 100 yards of penalty offense, I think. And I think it was about 100, over 100 yards of penalties. I'm almost certain. Anybody know for sure, put it in the chat. But
crazy. I must have missed some things because I knew we had a few false start penalties.
Yeah,
and we
I
had
want to
that
say.
illegal motion penalty.
Let's see.
Did we ever have a pass interference on?
We had a
targeting penalty.
Had a targeting for 15 yards. You had you also had a unsportsmanlike conduct, didn't you? Hold on, let me get the penalty yards here. Somebody might have it there. Let's see here. Let's see here.
I know we had that one offsides against Ruben. It's Ruben Bang. Come get that off that stove. Take it off that burner. Where your mama at? I thought she said she supposed to be watching it. I don't remember.
Let's see here.
I don't remember that. Yeah, I guess so. I thought your mom was coming in here.
Let's see here. No. Let's see here. See if we can get it up here. Florida. Yeah, said the recent was that October 24th, Miami Hurricanes had over 100 yards and penalties. Yeah. Yeah. I thought they did. But the point is that I've been harping on that in the last couple of games. And that's some stuff that can hurt you as you go further and stuff in the season. So that's just some things that Mario knows that. And like I said, he was kind of irate, especially on the one that Malachi scored on that great play down the sideline, and that could have really put the dagger into Florida State. That penalty right there, that motion penalty. So those are things that they got to clean up.
And I didn't see what he did that was so wrong, unless if I don't really know what
he turned up. He turned up the field right before the ball was hiked. He was coming down the line and he started drifting forward, which is a legal motion. So, and it's just a mental mistake. He was just a half mistake.
I just saw him as he turned to, get set in his play, the ball was snapped, and then
but he was moving.
It was like it was simultaneously or something.
He has to be set. When he coming down the line, either he has to keep going down the line and the ball is snapped, or if he turns, he has to set. So, he didn't get set, and that's what caused the penalty. But like I said, it's just a mental mistake. But those are the ones you got to kind of clean up in the game. It says,
look a little nitpicky to me, but
yeah, he said, that Malachi penalty hurt. Yeah, it did. And then he said, JoJo could play scout team and show Mario what he could do. Hey, like I say, I don't know what's going on with the JoJo situation. I don't know. I might have to make a couple of phone calls on that one just to kind of figure out. I know a couple of guys behind the scenes, and maybe I can find out some stuff off the record. But other than that, I don't really know.
It's fans talking. It was kind of the same way with the quarterback who transferred out, and everybody was saying, "Oh, they need to play him. They need to play him." Mario and them don't know what they doing with him. Don't know and all that. And it's just kind of like, hey, we don't. Mario can't do what all of us fans are saying they need to do. He can't do that. You're only one man. That these players is only one man.
Right. Yeah.
One person that wants to say, "Oh, JoJo need to be a slot." The other person, JoJo need to be a wide out. He can't do all of that, at one time.
Well, yeah.
So
I think people want JoJo out there because they think he could take the top off the receivers. Take the top off, which he is a speed demon. But again, hey, you got a guy
like Ja'Cory Brown. What could have? I'm gonna say did what Cam Ward did last year.
Yeah, some people do say that. Yeah,
when we first got Cam Ward, people was like, "Oh, we don't need to get. They need to let Ja'Cory Brown play."
Yeah,
but hey, the coaches got to do what they feel is giving them confidence to do. And just like I said, I'm done with speculating. Whatever's going on with it or whatever. Obviously, either one or two things: either JoJo ain't healthy, or they don't feel that confident that he can do that, in games or something like that.
It's weird that you say that because I think about when we before the season started, a lot of guys were a little pissed off about the transfer portal, and Mario shouldn't have gotten the transfer portal, and these young receivers, they need to be on the field and blah, blah, blah. But we kept saying hey, if the ultimate goal is to win, the ultimate goal is get the best talent that you can get. And if the best talent is better than what you got now, you need to get them. That's the way I look at it as a fan. Do I want to see the homegrown kids play? Yes. But again, we're not in high school.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be 100. You're not in high school. Your favorite player don't get to play. If a guy's better than you and a guy out there better than you and a coach want to keep their job, get that player like you went and got Carson. Get that player like you got CJ Daniels and get their ass on the field and you see the results to complement what you already got. You know what I'm saying? So,
I mean,
and
even
sometimes
my
people
mind
get
is even
washed up.
saying what's up with Josh Moore because he was playing in week 1, 2, and 3,
Yeah,
but in week 4 and this game here against Florida State, I hadn't really seen Josh Moore. Now I saw him at late in the game yesterday, but I
yeah.
didn't see him at all against the Florida Gators. So I don't know.
Well, like I said, and I always say this, and I don't know if JoJo leaving us. Somebody put JoJo's definitely leaving us. I don't know. I'll say this: as the season goes on, teams going to start scheming against Malachi, so they're going to start rolling coverage to his side, and that's where other receivers, well, CJ Daniels too. So it's hard to you kind of pick your poison on that. But that third receiver is going to have to start stepping up anyway. So it's going to be opportunities for that third receiver to step up. And who that might be, we don't know. It just depends. I was excited. The tight end. I was excited about Lofted. I was excited about what's the other Barmeyer. I mean,
Yeah.
Bomb. Yeah. I mean, making big catches. You know what I'm saying? So Carson is going to get the ball to whoever's open. So in saying that, it just gotta just relax. It says so. It says I'm happy for the win, but honestly, if we won by 100, I would still want more. I'm just being a homer, a delusional Kane, or just playing stupid. But that's just me. Total dominance. Then so, hey, I agree with you. It ain't that we disagree on that. I just try to look at it more the simple fact that you know there's a couple of things that I look at. Are you doing what you're supposed to do to win? Sometimes the score don't indicate how you win, but we all know that Miami looked way more dominant than Florida State. Anybody that watched that game from start to finish, it's a 4-quarter game. Why are we picking out 1 quarter of the game when Miami dominated 3 out of the 4 quarters? So that's the way I look at it. They dominated the game. They did what they supposed to do to win. They got out. They got a little banged up, but they got out. It's on to Louisville, and they're going to put it together because going as we get deeper into this thing, nobody's going to look back and say what they did against Florida State that they scored 19 points. Nobody's going to care about that. It's going to say the win.
For me, I was kind of like, it's not good enough because it's concerning when this keeps happening every single game. It's not like, oh, that was just one game. If that was just one game, I could see it from that side. I really could. But this keep happening every single game where it seemed like we can start off up here and then somewhere in there between that second and third quarter, it goes down. Now, yesterday we did a good job of kind of staying up between the second and third quarter, but then came the fourth quarter, it went down. And I'm like, we keep on having that time. And if you're going to do that, when you get to these playoff teams, you're going to get beat. It can't be, oh, we survived. It can't be, oh, let's just, lay on the clock, you know what I'm saying, and run the now. You got to take advantage of what the defenses are giving you. You got to.
Well,
you know what I'm
and
saying?
I think they
like
have.
I'm saying about utilizing your best players, you know what I'm saying, to make those punches happen,
Yeah. But then I always got to put stuff in context. Like I said, hey E, I'm gonna drop the link in. You want to come in on the link? I said I'm a go ahead and try to put this in context. So the Florida State game or the Florida game, they were playing for Miami to run the ball. You wasn't going to have a real high scoring game in that game. So that game, and I say that's why I take every game by game. On that. It hold on one second. Let me put this in her paste for him. So yeah, we try to take it game by game on that. And when you take a game by game, you look at how each team play you. So the Florida game, I knew it was going to be more of a low scoring kind of like game. The Florida State game, okay, it was big plays. Did they take their foot off? We got to give Florida State and Florida some credit. That's what I try to do. They made adjustments and everything in the second half. And when you make adjustments, Florida State was dangerous. They said, okay, we got to start going up tempo. We got to start pressuring. compliment them kind of bagging off and playing because they had the lead. A lot of teams going to do that. I go back to the penalty. If they would have got that touchdown with Malachi, we probably wouldn't be having this because they would have tried to be going up tempo more. It would have gave Band and them some got time to go in there and do what they had to do. But that penalty hurt them, kind of changed the flow. It got a little funky in the second half, but ultimately they came out. Against good teams, we keep saying that, but Florida is a good team. Florida State is a good team. You know, it's not going to be too many other teams they face going down the stretch. We're not counting the playoffs and that's going to be better than those two teams. Notre Dame is a good team. They played some of the best teams in the country and did what they had to do to win. You know, against the lesser opponents, against South Florida, hey, they did what they supposed to do. So yeah, I mean, I understand.
Yeah, but like, I guess what I'm saying is that even for Notre Dame, again, kind of just like we're saying about, you know, that was the first game of the season. You know, you can kind of expect for some things to be off. You know what I'm saying? You know, you take it with a grain of salt. But if we got Notre Dame now at week 5, but I say we can come perform like we did in week 1, and we, you know, for sure gonna win that game. You know, I'm not gonna put a lot of stock in that. You know, Florida, I don't have no complaints about the Florida game. That was a tight defensive game. You know, and Miami pulled it out and Miami won. Yesterday against Florida State, the only issue was that fourth quarter. Was that, like, you know, it just like we were saying, we was working on a blowout. And it's not that, oh, I just wanted the blowout, but I'm just saying that, like, something went bad that allowed Florida State to get back in that game, that when you're up like that in that time, the final 10 minutes of the fourth quarter, like, you shouldn't have gave up 19 points. You know what I'm saying? It's just that plain simple.
Right.
Whether we can explain what happened, you know, or not, you know, to me, it did not look like Mark Fletcher was being stopped. It looked like they couldn't handle him. To me personally.
Yeah, I mean, he only had 40 yards rushing, but
giving Mark Fletcher the ball. But
yeah,
you know, again, like I said, in the second quarter, he didn't play. But as well, too, you got to give Florida State credit.
Yeah, you got to give Florida State credit.
Florida State had the ball for it was like a long drive too. Now, we didn't surrender any points. They didn't get no points out of it, but they did have that ball for a while in that second quarter. Because I remember when we got the ball back right before halftime, I was like, "Damn, Florida State had the ball for a long time, didn't they?"
That was a long drive,
and it didn't muster up any points. So they neutralized our offense, you know, right there with that.
Right.
You know, and in that
give me one
quarter.
second, Mike. I'll bring you on stage in a second.
And then the same thing too in that fourth quarter happened. That fourth quarter, you got to look at it. Florida State had that ball for a long time. That was a long drive when they was back there in their end zone and they drove it all the way down and scored that touchdown. That was a long drive. So our offense was neutralized, you know, once again. So that's, you know, yards we can't, you know, get. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, so I mean, I understand, you know, stuff like that. But, you know, at the same time, some of the things that we probably could have done that probably could have kept their offense on that sideline too. Like when we, you know, got the ball and, you know, we was, you know, trying to run it, you know, and he, you know, it was Charmar Brown in the game. To me, I was like, put Mark Fletcher in there, let Mark Fletcher run, you know.
Right. The former assistant ACC commentators definitely favored FSU so much, I switched the channel to the local channel. Yeah, we had to stop watching that old ACC channel. I don't know what the hell was going on. For to bring Mike Jeezy up.
It was a home game for Florida State, so that's why.
Yeah, man. What's going on, Mike Jeezy, man? What's going on, bro?
Man, what's going on, big dog? What's going on?
What's going on here? We chilling.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, I just before I start speaking, now I want to say amazing content. You know what I'm saying? Your show, I love your show. Speaking up the facts. Well, a lot of Miami podcasts. You know what I'm saying? I see you with Alex Dino. A lot of Miami podcasts, and it's big ups, man. Y'all doing y'all thing, keeping the fans, you know what I'm saying, up to date, and you know, everybody doing their thing, man. Just want to shoot out to all the Miami Hurricane podcasts, man.
No problem, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So let me speak on about the game last night. You know what I'm saying? No complaints on my end. The spread was 4.5, right? So we was up 25. So if you know about betting, at the end of the day, you have to do some research on betting, cause Miami covered the spread. But I'm gonna say this: there's gonna be some spreads Miami ain't gonna cover. You know what I'm saying? So in the day, you gotta understand that too. So yeah, if the spread came out 4.5, 5.5, and then they didn't drop. So in the day, Vegas telling you something going on. So in the day, it's bigger than football. If you can bet on something, it's bigger than football. But anyway, that's another conversation. You just got to do your own research individually to see what's really going on. But as far as Miami, I've been a fan since '92, and yes, sir. So my bad. So I said it's summertime before the season started. Miami win the ACC and Natty, so I'm not surprised what Miami doing. It ain't no complaints on my end. It's all good on my end. I ain't even tripping. But I'm gonna say this though. I'm gonna say this, as the fans, you know what I'm saying? Miami got a lot of work to do. You know what I'm saying? But you want to get that peak around about November, December, January.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of things that need to clean up before, you know what I'm saying? Before November, December, January game. So like I said, you want to see them boys start peaking right after Thanksgiving. Right. Clean up everything, you know what I'm saying, towards Thanksgiving. Then after that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, them boys gonna be straight. And then like I say, ain't no perfect football team. Just like ain't no perfect person in this world. So it is what it is. Mario gonna have them boys straight. They straight. They all right. They good.
That's what I said. I said, you know what? Hey, they gonna clean up stuff. Just think how dangerous they are now, and then give them another month to keep working on what they're working on. They just learning themselves right now. You got all these new people. You got Carson. You got CJ Daniels. You got these boys that transferred in. And they clicking like this. Just think how really they gonna be clicking in a month or two from now.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. So like I say, I can understand some fans, discouraged as far as we should have beat them by 50 or ran them out of dope devil. But in the day, man, listen, man, if you've been a Can fan since '83 and early 2000s, you know how Miami get down, man. You see the eye test. They pass the eye test from previous since 04, 05, since we on the ATC outside of 2017. So in the day, man, listen, man, enjoy the ride, enjoy the seat, put your seatbelt on, because it's one of those. It's one of those this season. It's one of those this season, I'm telling you.
We got our boy Bigger and E coming up in here. You ready to rock and roll, man? Hold on. We got him coming up in here too. What's up, E?
What up?
We got Jeezy up in here. We got Mike Jeezy. We got Double B up in here, man.
all I gotta say is I somewhat understand some frustration when the fourth quarter came around. It seemed like it seemed like when they got the ball, they kind of went a little conservative offensively. I kind of want them to keep putting the foot on the gas too. At the end of the day, they got the win. They covered the spread. I'm happy. I don't give a damn if the score was 6-3.
Right.
That's all I want. Now, I understand the concerns about what may lie in the future when if you play a Ohio State or you play maybe a Georgia or Oregon in the playoff. I think Miami gonna get better week after week.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have no problems with Dawson or Cristobal. I definitely don't have a problem with the defensive coordinator, because if you look at the pros and cons of the game, okay, Miami defense was ready for every little trick that Gus Malzahn was trying to bring up.
Right.
And what Gus Malzahn fails to realize is this is not the Auburn team that you had Marshall and De La Soul's son at running back. That was a different team. That team was full of dogs, and you could run them kind of trick plays. Nick Marshall was a different type of cat than this Castellanos dude. Okay, we all remember Nick Marshall. Okay, he was a whole different animal at quarterback. So you got to give a shout out to the Miami defense for the way they was ready for everything Malzahn was trying to bring at them. They were in position. They tackled with force. They tackled with authority. And I remember what I told you yesterday, Dwayne. I said, if they stack the box with 8, 9 guys to stuff the run, I said, I think Carson Beck gonna have a nice night.
Yeah.
Was I right?
Yeah.
I said they're gonna give him a clean pocket. I said, dude, if he got time to throw the rock, somebody gonna be open.
Yeah.
DJ was open. And it should have been worse. My man had that that penalty that wiped out that big play to Malachi when he got down to the 1 yard line when he started running forward before the ball was snapped.
Oh, yeah,
that was
right.
a error.
Yeah, that was Mary.
That would have
Mary.
made the 3. So I understand the concerns about, because I thought the same thing. I said, man, are they taking their foot off the gas? Or they easing back? I said, I wouldn't ease back. This a rivalry game. I curb stomp these fools as long as I can. I feel like they eased back a little bit, okay. And then they started coming back and they got them 4th downs. And I felt like, I said, they only doing it. I said, everybody tired, everybody winded. I said, okay. And I agree with the 4th down call when Miami went forward and didn't get it because the play was there.
Yeah, the play was there. Yeah, he just kind of lofted it off there. He should have kind of put it on the line, but he had a little pressure coming.
That was a touchdown.
Yeah.
That play was there because they go off a chart.
Yeah.
They go off a chart on whether to go for it or not. They use a lot of analytics.
Right.
Fans don't. Fans use feelings.
Yeah.
I ain't saying.
Hey, what we said yesterday, E, we was talking about that. Hey, I got a question I want to pose to everybody on the panel. Gonna pop up here. It says, I hate to ask this, but do you think the D coordinator got upset when when we toned it down on offense, or do you think he honestly, or he don't really stress because it's all just football?
I would say just that.
Yeah, it's just football. Stressing,
They got a job to do, whether it's the first quarter or the third. Yeah. They got a job to do.
Yeah, well, so I don't think, I think they leave it like that. Like that's the offense. That's what they do. He wouldn't think about the offense.
Yeah.
They gonna do it.
Yeah, it's crazy. When we think about this, and I know Mario he got to be, I ain't gonna say the only coach. He got to be one of the only coaches I know that take a lot of criticism in a win. Even in the Florida State chat room before the game, because I ain't heard from him after the game. But they were saying, oh, don't worry about it. He gonna find a way to blow the game. This is the narrative that's out there about Mario.
Yeah, that's what
he's gonna find a way. This and that. And I'm thinking like, we've been watching Mario over this last 4-year run, and every year he's gotten better as a coach, and he's gotten better coaches around him to make him better. So again, it's a learning curve, and he grew and he's growing. So
I never had an issue with Mario's in-game coaching, or anything like that, because I'm kind of like, people are going to talk from the side of the results. We go back to the fumble against Georgia Tech. If Don Chaney Jr. scores a touchdown, Mario looks like a hero. Well, they called a fumble, which it wasn't no fumble, but they called a fumble. So now Mario looks like an idiot. Like that's just the way fans are gonna do it. But the only thing that I have ever had my problem in years past when he first got here was it looked like the development was like. Well, it wasn't really up there. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, like something is off with the development of these players. But this year right here, he on track for what he said, which he was like by year 5 or 6, that's what Miami should look championship competitive. You know what I'm saying? And he's on that trajectory. I don't have a problem with it.
He's a year early.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really surprised listening to a lot of these national pundits now. They really, some of them still, and I'm like, I told some Ohio State fans, I said, look, y'all and y'all feelings. I don't care. I said, it's week 6. You want to be number 1? Go ahead. You should be number 1. You the reigning national champion. Be number 1.
Right. That's fine. What you say, Jeezy?
And then not to cut y'all off, but you got to take into consideration the last 18 games, we 15-3.
Right.
The last 18, we 15-3.
Right.
Yeah. So, end of the day, man, like I said, what's up still need to be explained. So, like I say, for the season, I had them boys win the ACC and win the Natty. You know what I'm saying? So, what Miami doing right now to me personally, I'm going to talk to me, bro. I'm not surprised about nothing they doing. Only thing I know, they're going to get better. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, around about November, after Thanksgiving, that's when you should see them boys peaking to their full capacity. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk.
Right. Right. I mean, I see. I'd see this team, like you say, just really they ain't even hit their stride yet. And that's the most dangerous part. And that's why national pundits are saying what they're saying about this team, because they know they watch this every day. And when you have national pundits, even when you got guys like Nick Saban and those guys coming out saying that this team built like an SEC team, they saying this out their own mouth. They're built like it. And so that means that they know how dangerous this team is.
Yeah.
I mean, I just can't. There's no other way to put it. Say, I don't understand Beck not making a better throw to Fletcher on 4th down. Mario has PTSD. Pass. Come on now. All gas, no break, 3rd quarter. Well, I would say this, kind of like I was telling guys in the they were talking about the Castellanos interceptions. You know why he threw it? Because he got pressure on him.
Yep.
He had guys in his face. You know, he had to get out the pocket. That bet he wouldn't have floated that ball if he didn't feel when he rolled out and the guy peeled off and had his hands up. He tried to float the ball over him. He couldn't really throw it on the line. I'm thinking to JoJo. I'm thinking not JoJo, to Malachi.
Hey, but check this out. Check this out. You see how like after the first drive, right? You know, Melzon with them trick plays. Miami was disciplined to stop all that. So get what? So now you making Castellanos a pocket pass or something that we know he's not.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So get what? In the day, like I say, and then you gotta think when we was already up 25, right? So all that trickery that was gone. So now we make him a pocket passer. So in the day, like, bro, it's a rivalry game. Cover the spread. It is what it is, man. 5 weeks, correct some things. You know how them Friday nights games be? Just come with your A game. Stay focused and play ball, man. Let's get it. Let's ball. Ball.
Go ahead there, E.
I got to go ahead and get on offer here.
Okay, there, Big Double B, man. I appreciate you tapping in, man.
I appreciate you for having me, man. I enjoyed it, man.
All right, bro. I'll catch it back up with you.
Say, man, and we I don't want you to think he gone now. He trying to watch ball. Me too. Yeah, I can appreciate his concern about you know what went on in the 4th quarter. But like I don't look at that as a down thing, man. Like I said, we all want to body them up,
right?
But they got the win. So as far as I was concerned, I'm like, hey, they got the W.
Yeah, like I said, I put it all in perspective. Yeah, okay, I understand his concern, but they had to understand Florida State is not a bad team. You know, they got weapons on offense. We knew they was going to get some points. We knew they were going to be able to move the ball. You know what I'm saying?
And we covered the spread.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Come on, bro.
I was just like, you know, that's the thing that I think a lot of people missing. I mean, like, you know, this team was going to be able. They got weapons. You got to give them some credit for what they're doing. And a lot of times, as fans, we don't want to give the team any credit. You know, to say, okay, well, that's a good play in that. When they went hurry up, the Canes got gassed. Just be honest. You know, they were on the field for almost 17 plays. So you're going to be able to move the ball, you know, and whether they was in a prevent or whatnot, that's irrelevant. What's relevant was that, hey, they came, they made the stops that they had to make. They got the onside kicks, what could have went south. They got that done, and they won the game. Because years ago, we know what would have happened.
Oh, yeah. Even the team last year, but we were lost.
Yeah.
We were the same team last year with Cam Ward and that offense. Yeah, we were lost.
Yeah. Because
I'm talking about what Miami offense and Florida State team this year. Oh yeah, we would have lost that game. Found a way to lose that game. If you know what I'm saying, like real talk. And then you got to take in consideration, bro. Them boys only put up 22.
Right.
Come on, bro. Like, come on. That's why I say our fans be tweaking it. A lot of our fans be emotional, and so I think these some new generation Miami fans. But if you old to know what Miami stand for as a program as a whole.
That's what I always said. That's what I always said.
Hey, Big E. But while I be in the chat, I like when I first heard, bro. What's your name, bro?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Dwayne D.
Dwayne. Okay, Mike. Yeah, when I first heard you, like it was a short. I was like, dang, who these boys is? I said, yeah, boy, I need to subscribe to Bro Channel because boy, these boys know what Miami program consists of. You know what I'm saying? And then y'all know at the end of the day, like, boy, y'all ain't talking about emotion. Y'all see what's going on, and y'all keep it 1K. Like, yo, like, bro, you ain't no emotional. Like, oh, dang, like,
you can't be emotional. You gotta look at
thanks.
the analytics. You gotta look at the matchups. That's why I try to tell a lot of these Florida State fans. Now you gonna have your haters, man.
Right.
They out there. They out there. Them haters out there. They still hating on Miami. I tell them kick rocks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kick rocks because it don't. We got to win. You cry all you want. Don't they come up with all kind of shit. Don't get hurt.
Yeah. Hey, look. We try to keep it simple. We try to keep it to the point, even as we were talking about the JoJo situation. And I know a lot of people been on that. And like I keep telling them, they get mad at me because I say trust in Mario, and I don't know what's going on behind the situations. I do got a couple of plugs in the organization, but some stuff you're not going to know. Some stuff they don't want you to know.
It's out of your control. It was nice to see Lyle back in the game.
Yeah. And got to understand these coaches, man, they invest a lot in these players, man, and they know way more than what we know about these dudes behind the scenes. You start hearing little tidbits and stuff, but all I can say is with the JoJo thing before I just let that go is that it's a reason that he's not getting significant playing time. Now, it could be whatever it is. I don't know what it is, and I don't want to pretend like I do. Just understand that some stuff ain't what it seems on the surface. It could be something small. It could be something big. We don't know, So
and somebody gonna ask them.
Yeah. But is he gonna transfer and all that stuff? That shouldn't even be a concern right now.
And the crazy part about it, bro, some things is out of your control. You try to give us update and keep it 1K and give us, you know what I'm saying, give us what we want. But like in the comments, bro, like I be worrying about, like, bro, we winning, bro. You see the eye test, Cole. And they call if he out together, where he gonna be on the field like Lyle. Like in the day, certain things I like to control. Just focus, just stay. No, man, bro. I get frustrated with our fan base too, bro. But like, man, bro, I can't do it. I can't do it,
like
bro.
we talking about Shador, like we talking about Dylan Gray, bro. He ain't even playing.
Bro, like, bro. Something be irrelevant point, especially when like in the day, it ain't like you just a podcast. Yeah, you probably got a couple of insiders could give you a little little scoop on something, but in the day, bro, damn, bro. I don't get it, bro. Well, I do get it, but bro. People, I'm just gonna leave it at that. But
like
man, like you said,
that's about 20% of our fan base.
It's 20.
20. It's about 20%. They doing the most talking, the most crying, and like I had to post last night, man. Cut all this crying out. Cut all this crying. It'd be different if we lost the game. I knew when they scored to make it 7-3, I told my son, I said, we winning this game. I can see it already. I said, I see it already. I said, they can't. I said, Carson Beck got a clean pocket. I said, they in trouble.
Right.
They in trouble. I said, they shot in the first drive, and all they could get was 3. I said, the Miami defense held. It kind of reminded me of the Tennessee game in 2002 when Tennessee broke that long run and got all the way down there. And then they had to settle for 3 because the defense settled in and put a stop to that nonsense and go on, kick your field goal. That's all you're going to get. Right. And I told my son, I said, when Miami made it 7-3, I said, we winning this game. I ain't even worried about it.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing to worry about. I said, it's a wrap. I said, we're going to win this game. I said, I ain't worried about them. And then when they scored to make it 14-7, I knew it was over then.
Oh, yeah.
I knew then it was over. I said, Carson got too much time.
Way too much.
I said,
way too much.
I said, they so worried about that run. I said, I knew they would stack that box. I said, they're going to stack that box. And I said, Carson going to kill him.
Hey, the crazy thing, did y'all see Carson on the sideline and just see how focused he looked? He was sitting on them. You could look in his eyes and he was like, see, this is the thing with the Carson thing, and a lot of people was even the commentators.
I'm glad you about to speak on it. I'm glad you about to speak on it.
They kept acting like this man ain't been in big games. This man, they talking about, he playing at dope. I'm like, man, he didn't play in bigger games than this, man. Come on now.
Right.
Let's keep it real.
Right.
Let's keep it real. Like, this man ain't phased by that.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to figure out, can he bring the young Bulls to the young Bulls to get them to understand, like, look, just trust in me, we're going to get this done. You know what I'm saying? That's why when he hit Malachi on the sideline, he told him, look, I knew. You know what I'm saying? I knew what they was doing. I knew where you was going to be. Bam. You know, that's leadership right there. Right? Just in a nutshell.
That's why I was like, I'm like, you know what, man? This team, as much as I liked last year, this team is better than last year.
Facts.
I had another joke of this. He was like, well, who's gonna be y'all quarterback next year? I said, whoever it is, you know what? Miami might be better in the trenches next year than they are this year.
Yeah.
The D-line.
Yeah.
It ain't no guarantee Bang gonna go pro. He probably will pro.
Right.
But boy, they was shit bricks. He decided to come back.
Man.
Hey, get what? I won't be surprised because get what? In the day, you got to think about this. And them boys getting paid. So what's the rush far as you really going to the league? Well, you can know what I'm saying.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like really, ain't no rush. You getting paid.
Yeah, unless he a guaranteed first round, which I think he is.
Yeah, guaranteed. Yeah.
If you first round, come back and get that money because you finna get a bag.
Yeah, and real talk. I want to jump on the bet situation. Like, bro, the whole off season, right? You know, you from Duval. I'm from Duval. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, make a long story short, like, bro, he came from the SEC. He was 24-3, bro. Right. Like, at the end of the day, so like I said, I heard y'all speak on this too. With that media, though, I know it's deception now. I'm gonna keep it as that. You can't believe everything get pumped in that media, bro. You feel me? So and then so I already knew, like, bro, you don't like going to dope, bro. You already went to Needle Stadium. You done went to Tuscaloosa. You done went to Baton Rouge night. You know what I'm saying? Death Valley at night. You feel me? You done went to South Carolina. You done went to Texas last year. Bro, going to dope, Campbell.
That's what I'm saying.
And came from the SEC, bro. Ain't like he came like no disrespect, no shade. Cam Ward came from the Pac-12. You feel me? So come on, Pac-12, SEC. Come on, bro. Let's be real.
Right.
So in day, like I say,
I'm not gonna take nothing away from Cam or nothing.
Oh no, I'm not.
I'm just saying. I think this year, the guys that are still there, they've matured that much. It's not just them maturing. The coaching staff matured. The offense matured.
Right.
You got fresh on. You got real fresh with the defense now, man. This Heatherman guy, they need to go ahead and give him an extension now.
Yeah, man.
Give him some huge dollars, man.
Hey, that's the MVP to me, dog. I'm telling everybody, dog. That man getting stops out there. Them boys balling. Turnovers.
Hey, check this out. When I was listening to something, you know, he came from the DC at Minnesota. So I think they had a stat like far as like mobile quarterbacks that Minnesota played last year. Quarterbacks did not get off at all. So at the end of the day, I'll go ahead and pay Heatherman, man, because that boy that got that defense playing like 80 to 2000, 2002, 2003 Miami defense, bro. I'm talking about, bro. When I see that defense, bro, I say, oh Lord, oh my God. But yeah, man, at the end of the day, man. Yeah, man, just like I say, strap your seatbelt, man. We on one. And like I said, I knew Miami was gonna be Florida State. I just don't watch Miami. I watched Florida State when they beat Bama. I was like, bro, you know, I was like myself. I said, hey, you know what? Well, that wasn't a payback when they left them boys at the playoffs 2 years ago. So I was like, bro, did I see like some of the highlights? East Tennessee State, then Kent State, then but y'all ain't ready for Miami, dog.
Look, I've been telling people this.
Yeah,
Bama got off that bus and they looked at Florida State like this a 2-10 team from last year. We finna go in here, wreck their ass, and get up out of here. And then Florida State was looking at it like payback, like you saying, this is our big game, blah, blah, blah. And that's the thing. That's why Eric E's saying that if they played again, Bama
deep out 2 or 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. They caught them at a good time.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
First game of the season. Ty Simpson first game, you know what I'm saying, on the road, you know what I'm saying? Like all type of stuff. But you know, that's it or there. But yeah, man, like I say, man, like, yeah, man, I love you. I love the show. Big E, man. Y'all boy y'all keep it blood raw. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, bro, like bro, I just be chilling, bro. I know what's going on. So like I guarantee that we were going to win the ACC and the Natty before the season even started. Fact, no count could get away. Because in the day, listen. I don't have no inside sources, but I do pay attention to, like I said, Miami podcast, and I was seeing that O line and D line. See, that's the key to any football team.
Yes, sir.
Paul Warner, middle school, high school, college, NFL. Those trenches, O line and D line. You build them, build everything, get your skilled players. Then you got an experienced quarterback up from the SEC. Bet 20, man, come on, right? Well, so it still need to be explained. So I'm not even surprised what Miami doing right now.
Right.
All jokes aside, I'm not even surprised. Guaranteed. Right. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I know we're gonna be in Hard Rock on January 19th. Oh. I know that. I know that.
Hey, look, you know me. I'm always the ultimate pessimist. Eric, he way more optimistic than me. I just try to break it down game by game, just because that's just me. But you know me, hey.
If they down there going, I might not be able to get a ticket into the game, but I'm going down there.
Who you trying to be? Who you telling?
Hey, look, we'll definitely all be down there somewhere. I'm gonna be somewhere.
Well, who you telling?
I'm calling every connect I know down there, not to get in, just to have somewhere to go and stay.
Who you telling? Yeah, hey. Man. So yeah, man. Like I said, I'm gonna give you a little prediction. Notice I got Miami against Georgia Tech in the ACC. Then I got Miami versus Ohio State in the national championship, man.
I'm gonna pose something to you. Let me pose something to you.
What's up?
It's gonna be a tricky situation with the ACC.
And
the reason why I say that is because
get yourself together now. I think he's still in there with us. He might be setting up. We'll give him a second.
My bad.
That's all right.
He
said tricky situation. There you go.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Shit.
No, we can hear you.
Yeah, you good?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear us?
Okay.
Yeah.
What happens if Virginia run the table and go undefeated, and Georgia Tech run the table and go undefeated, and we run the table and go undefeated because we don't play each other. Shut up.
So
we don't play each other.
So what determines as far as the highest ranking, like who high in the rank or the ACC? I don't know. I don't know how they just. I don't know about that.
Yeah,
That's
I don't know. I know it goes down to. I know it goes down to margin of victory and some other factors. I don't have all the factors in front of me, but that's a great question. We'll be something we'll dive into and we'll figure out.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's a good question. But hold on, but I did hear something yesterday. They said something about I listened to some Miami podcast late last night, and they were saying something about the Virginia NC State game don't count as the ACC game. I don't know. I was like, what?
I don't know. Why not? I wonder.
But I don't know. I just overheard it last night. I was listening to a little podcast. They were like the Virginia when NC State beat. I think NC State beat Virginia, right?
They said we get in because we are higher ranked. I had to verify that because I'm not sure on all the.
That's why I said I think it go by ranking. I think it go by like coaches poll or AP poll or something like that.
Yeah.
And John Buck, you don't know Buck. He coming over. He bringing some chicken.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know all of it, but cool. That'll be something we'll find out and stuff, and we'll have a definitive answer.
Can you hear me? I'm
yeah.
Hear y'all, man.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I can't hear y'all. See, that's what I get for answering the phone. Shit, it messed up my thing. I can't hear them now.
Yeah, you got to put yourself on you got to put yourself on do not disturb.
I can't hear them now.
Yes, it didn't count as an ACC loss. Why didn't it count as an ACC loss?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't understand it.
Yeah, let us know why it didn't count as an ACC loss. Yeah, because I'm not really sure on that.
I still can't hear y'all now.
Okay, hold on a second.
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah,
I can hear you.
God damn
I can hear Big E.
Let me. I can't use the laptop because he sent the link to my phone.
Oh, hold on. I'll send a link to you. Hold on. I'll send a link to his laptop. Let us go ahead and send him a link there so he can get back in here. But yeah, so
What you doing late on at 2 something? You and Donnie even doing something? For your mom?
Get him back in here.
What you cooking?
All right. Hold on, give me 1 second there. There we go.
Ooh, you gonna be killing it.
Okay. All right, there, Mike Jeezy. I just sent him a link, so he should be back in.
All right, bet.
There you go. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna try to we need to figure out why they can't why was that a loss? Let me go back and see. Somebody said because it was a non-conference game. A non-conference game.
How's a non-conference game? And both of them in the ACC.
Hold on. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure on that one. I'm at the.
They got to do some research on that. Yeah.
Because I'm not really sure on that one.
Yeah, but like I say, man, it don't matter if Virginia or Georgia Tech, man, we win ACC, so it really don't matter.
They played an extra ACC game, and they just scheduled each other to make it up, make a better matchup. They played a.
I didn't hear nothing. Now I got y'all.
Okay.
And maybe y'all was talking about it when I couldn't hear y'all.
Yeah.
What happens if Virginia go undefeated, Georgia Tech go undefeated, and Miami go undefeated? Somebody gonna get screwed because they really don't want to put 2 teams in the playoff, let alone 3. So if let's say Miami played Georgia Tech.
Somebody say strength of schedule.
But
that's what strength of schedule.
Well, I mean, really ain't none of our Miami got the strength because they got this top heavy at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Okay. I really wanted Louisville to win yesterday so they would get ranked when they come to Miami next Friday when I'm down there, but they lost to Virginia. Right. We don't play Virginia.
AOT. Yeah.
Right.
With the backup quarterback.
Well, you know what? No, I'll take that back. Virginia got 1 ACC loss already.
Yeah.
They lost to NC State.
They say that game didn't count.
Why?
That's what somebody said.
I heard that last night.
Yeah, they said because of this is what they said. They played an extra ACC game and they just scheduled each other to make it a better matchup. So they're saying that it's a reason why they said
if that's the case, what do you do if all 3 teams run the table in the conference? Do you go by points? Do you go by rankings or points? Who gets to play in the title game?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up and I'm gonna read the whole charter and see. That way I can have all the tiebreakers and everything in front of me.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's a fair question.
Yeah, and have all the tiebreakers and everything in front of me. I still think that if we go off a strength of schedule, you got to figure Notre Dame's going to be ranked pretty high at the end of the year, even though they don't play a ranked team. But just Notre Dame going to move them up the rankings. They'll be a top 15 team by the end of the year. I believe Florida will be ranked at the end of the year.
I call that one too. I call that too.
I'm gonna call this right now. Florida State and Clemson are gonna finish 9-3. I think Clemson gonna beat Florida State when they play each other.
Yep.
And give Florida State their 3rd loss. Clemson already got 3. I think Clemson gonna win out. They're not gonna get to the ACC title game.
So you think Florida State gonna beat Florida in the last game of the year?
No, Florida gonna beat Florida State. I said that about 2 weeks ago too.
Yeah. They can lose that game. It won't hurt them in the conference. I forgot about that game. Yeah. I said, that's gonna be a toss up.
Yeah. I like Florida gonna beat them.
I like Florida. I've been saying that. I like Florida.
I think if they played now, Florida will win because Florida got defense too.
Hey man, that Florida defense look nasty against. Now, I know it's against Texas, but I mean not often. But man, they look nasty against
Man,
them.
they put the lean on Texas, bro.
Yeah, man. And South Florida should be ranked too. Yeah, somebody put
and that
that.
boy
Yeah,
deep. That what
Learn
that
how
boy.
to change these games around, dog.
What they Florida receiver who Dallas saw boy that true freshman. Oh Lord,
he was out there balling, wasn't he?
oh boy, we need him in the portal. We need him in the portal. Throw the bag at him, boy. Him Malachi. Oh Lord.
Hey,
boy, yeah, that boy. Ooh, yo, that boy like that. Yeah, Texas was overhyped too. The media archman and all that. Yeah, a lot of teams are overhyped, man. That's why I say when you see something get like that, they oh yeah, boy, I'm going the opposite direction, Cole. I'm Mr. Not Going.
Right. It says it's all rankings. If they all three go undefeated, Georgia Tech better beat Georgia at the end of the year, or Virginia will jump them.
No, because that's a non-conference game. That don't count toward the conference.
Yeah,
right.
That's a non-conference game.
That don't count toward the conference. Georgia Tech could lose to Georgia. Florida State could lose to Florida. It don't count toward the conference games. And since you saying this NC State game don't count with Virginia, then if all three teams run the table and go undefeated in the ACC, what determines who make the championship game? Is it based off the rankings? Is it based off points like it is in the most football, like high school, and it's based on points?
Right.
What are you going to base it on? Because if VA go run the table and Georgia Tech run the table, then they don't play each other.
Right.
Miami don't play neither one of them. Georgia Tech don't play neither Virginia or Miami, and Virginia don't play Georgia Tech or Miami. None of them teams play each other.
Right.
So like I said, so let's say for shits and grins, let's say it's Virginia we play in the title game. Okay.
Right.
And Georgia Tech, for some reason on points, don't make it, but they went out and they beat Georgia at the end of the year. And they sitting there. Do you leave them out of the playoff for a 3-loss team like, say, a Texas or South Carolina or something? You're going to leave them at home? See, I think it's going to be a mess toward the end, bro.
It's going to be a mess because I'm looking at Virginia's schedule and their shit. They talk about Miami's schedule. I'm looking at their
Virginia's schedule is
North Carolina.
Cakewalk. They got a cakewalk.
Yeah, Washington State, North Carolina,
Duke
California.
is the only team that they didn't worry about.
Duke and Virginia Tech. Yeah.
Duke is the team, and Georgia Tech played Duke too, I believe. They need to worry about Duke.
Yeah, Duke looked good last night.
They need to worry about the Duke Blue Devils.
Duke won last night. They beat California.
Yeah.
I knew I should have tipped them boys in the parlay last night, bro. Dang.
Yeah. I mean, they defense wasn't that good, but hey, I thought it would be a little better. They gave up what was the final score of that game?
Can you see how many guys I got out on my fantasy? I got Brock Bowers out, Chubba Hubbard out.
Bowers out?
Yeah.
Bucky Irvin out.
I was on my fantasy
out, and Mike Evans out. I got all my dudes out.
Going up in the rankings of Georgia. Oh, okay. This is what he's saying. He said basically what he's saying is, he knows that Georgia is not a ranked opponent, but if they lose to Georgia, they're going to fall in the rankings.
So it's based on rankings.
Yeah. So if it's on rankings,
who said?
So I understand what he's saying. He's saying they will fall in the rankings, and Virginia be over them in the rankings.
Yeah. So to really determine what he's saying is just rankings.
Right.
So if Georgia Tech loses to Georgia.
Yeah, they'll fall in the rankings. Now, how far will they fall?
Right. If they undefeated all year and they get to Georgia and lose, it all depends on where they're sitting at undefeated. And how
theoretically, Georgia could be a top 5 team and they could lose by a field goal. They won't drop that far, if they lose. So it really depends on where Virginia at, because Virginia's strength of schedule is not that strong. So they're not going to jump that high.
Yep.
Looking at who they got to play.
Yeah. So based on that, like I said, I think I kind of believe it's going to be Miami and Georgia Tech, the payback tour, the redemption tour, bro. Yeah.
Because really, they only played one ranked team this year,
and that was Florida State.
And
they beat them.
Right.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So you play one ranked team, and you don't play any more ranked teams the rest of the year.
Yeah, a lot of teams got to start losing for them boys to climb the rankings, boy.
Yeah.
Real talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just don't see how they. He said, "I wish Georgia Tech and FSU played each other this year. I think that would be a decent matchup." Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, but
Somebody put
that
Go Viles. Hey, what's up, Trevor? Man, hey, I tell you what, man. I had an interview with a Viles fan about a week or two ago. Great guy, man. I always tell him I watch him secretly, but you know it's all about the U right now, baby. So, all right.
Well, who you telling? Hey, Tennessee, man, go ahead and take care of Bama, man. They think them boys think they back like Saban came back, man. For real.
Somebody said AI answer. If all three ACT makes the playoff, tiebreaker would first determine one representative for the championship game, followed by the second tiebreaker for the remaining teams. You see,
you said in the playoff, all three getting the playoff, or you talking about the ACC championship game? Which one you talking about?
ACC. If all three ACC teams make the playoffs, now we're talking about the ACC championship.
Yeah, we're talking about the championship.
Yeah, ACC championship game.
Yes, like I said, I'm not
win
sure
last week, and Florida came through as well. Hey, I told you, Rodney, to put that money on Florida, dog. Hey.
I would. I put that money on Florida too.
Right.
I put that money on the Gators. On the Gators.
I don't know. Hey, Tennessee face said they finna handle Bama, dog.
Huh?
He say salute. He say we going to handle Bama.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, take care of Bama, man. For real, bro. I don't know about y'all defense though, but yo,
who gonna handle Bama?
Tennessee.
The Volunteers.
Hey, that's what Trevor said. The Volunteers, man.
What they playing at Tuscaloosa?
What they playing at? Let's see.
It don't matter.
You sound like the
Hey, Ty Simpson out there balling, man. I will give him that, man. That Ty, he balling.
It don't matter, man. It don't matter. If Tennessee play like they did against Georgia.
No, I said they defense. Oh Lord.
Hey, you don't need this?
Yeah.
He said, how do you guys feel about Clemson since y'all in the same conference? Hey, we felt at the beginning of the year, Clemson wasn't the team that everybody said he was. That's what we said. Yeah, we said that. We said it was a good team, but we didn't see them. We didn't see Clay Klubnik and all these guys that was annoying them, Heisman and all this stuff at the beginning of the year. So we thought they was a solid team. We're not gonna knock them, but we didn't.
And then you got to take in consideration Clay Klubnik. Shit, what big game you have? What you had really won? You won ACC by beating SMU. But outside of that, bro, you
right there.
And Burnley beat SMU.
Yeah, so last second field goal at that. So, bro,
right.
Yeah, nobody ain't worried about that.
What, Clemson was top 5 at the beginning of the year, preseason rankings?
Top 5. They play LSU.
I didn't know Bowers was out.
Yeah, so
sure. That was on my fantasy.
Yeah.
God damn. I ain't got nobody to sub him with because I got a whole bunch of people out.
Well, you sound like me, boy. Talking about, boy, this week, I was like, man, it is what it is, man.
I got Hubbard, I got Bucky Irvin out, Lamar Jackson out, Mike Evans out. I'm like, Lord. I mean, I got some players still, but man, it is what it is. But I'm just gonna say I'm happy with last night. I'm happy with last night, man.
Yeah, man.
I told everybody stop crying, man. Stop crying. We won the game and covered the spread.
Thanks.
That last quarter is not indicative of what happened.
Exactly.
The first 3 quarters.
Exactly. And to pick about what you just said today, that was just 3 quarters. Well, actually, there were 3 quarters. Just imagine boy play a full 4-quarter game, man. Listen, bro.
It's coming. It's coming.
Hey, I know for subscribing to the show, Trevor. Thank you. I apprate it, bro.
Yeah.
It's coming, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's coming. People just gotta be patient. The fan base. You young ones need to relax, man. We've been here before. What you got to do?
Who you tell?
Hey, check it out
You
now.
don't come up in here
Hey,
hiding
look,
shit.
we're gonna wrap this up
Yeah,
today
I
because
ate
we all got
you
some college,
last
some
night.
professional
Please,
football to watch.
Yeah,
Plus,
bring a bowl, John.
you
Please,
know,
please.
I didn't drink
Wait.
any adult beverages last night because I was so hyped for the game. So I'm
I
finna get
didn't.
my butt off this phone. I mean, off this net. I'm finna go drink me some adult beverages and enjoy some pro football. But until then,
You
it's
already know.
always about the
Yeah, we
you.
on a
What
bye
about
week.
you?
We'll do it again Saturday, Dwayne. We on
Yeah,
a bye
you
week.
already
We on a
know.
bye
It's
week.
all
We got-
about the you, man. Go Canes. Go
Yes,
Canes.
sir. All right,
Yes,
so
sir.
I'll holler at everybody
All right.
later.
Yes, sir.
See you Friday at the party.
Oh, yes, sir. I'll be there.